Meet Charles's German cousins. King's cherished German relatives who could join him for a state banquet in Berlin tonight include a shooting companion of Prince Philip's and royal historian. King Charles is set for a family reunion today as he will dine with a number of his cousins during a state visit to Germany. The monarch, who is arriving in the country today, will be hosted by the President, Frank-Walter Steinmeier, and his wife for a white-tie state banquet at Bellevue Palace. According to the Telegraph, a number of his royal cousins have been invited to attend. Charles, who has previously spoken about how he cherishes his ties with his German ancestry, has a number of German first cousins, who are the children of Prince Philip's sisters. Among his direct first cousins are Prince Rainer of Hesse, Princess Clarissa of Hesse, Prince George of Hanover and Prince Ludwig of Baden. He is also closely related to Bernhard, hereditary Prince of Baden, and Prince Philip of Hohenlohe-Langenburg. Prince Philip and his four sisters had grown up in the strange, unsettled world of peripatetic refugee royalty between the wars. They were all born into the Greek royal family, itself descended from the ruling house of Denmark, but had been driven into exile in 1922 after a military coup. He was just a schoolboy when all four of his sisters married within a year of each other, all to German aristocrats. All these families enjoy so many precious recollections of their Uncle Philip, who thought nothing of popping over to Germany for a christening or a landmark birthday party for the offspring and relatives of his older sisters. They were the kind-hearted, glamorous quartet of princesses who had doted on their boisterous little brother through an often troubled childhood. Later, Prince Philip would establish a firm bond with their children, too. It remains largely unknown that the Duke, quietly and privately, paid for some of their schooling. On the whole, they have lived relatively normal and nondescript lives out of the public eye. The Telegraph's Berlin correspondent Justin Hungler previously explained, there is no continuing aristocracy in post-war Germany. They are the descendants of an aristocracy with real power, but there's an awful lot of them, and they don't have much cachet. However, at big family gatherings, whether in the UK or in Germany, there would always be a big crossover. At the celebrations for the golden or diamond wedding anniversaries of the Queen and the Duke, for example, the German relations were fully included. Similarly, many a German christening has featured a House of Windsor godparent at the font. Meanwhile, a number of the German cousins attended the Duke of Edinburgh's funeral in 2021, as well as the Queen's funeral last year. Here female reveals the relatives whom the King could be set to dine with this evening. King Charles has a number of first cousins through his aunt, Princess Sophie of Greece and Denmark. Although the youngest of four sisters, Sophie was the first to wed, marrying her second cousin once removed Prince Christoph of Hesse in 1930, at the age of 16. Son of Prince Frederick Charles of Hesse and Princess Margaret of Prussia, Christoph was a great-grandson of Queen Victoria through her eldest daughter Victoria, Princess Royal, wife of Frederick III, German Emperor. Prince Christoph was a director in the Third Reich Air Ministry, an SS colonel and the chief of Luftwaffe Commander Hermann Göring's secret intelligence service, responsible for spying on anti-Nazis. A photo taken in 1935 shows Sophie sitting opposite Hitler at the wedding of Göring and his bride Emmy. In a diary she wrote of a private lunch with Hitler and how she thought he was a charming and seemingly modest man. Indeed, the couple were such devoted Nazis that they named one of their 5 children Karl Adolf in honor of Hitler. Prince Christoph was killed in October 1943 in a plane accident over Italy. Sophie went on to marry Prince George William of Hanover in 1946, and the couple had 3 children together. Princess Sophie remained in contact with her brother and sister-in-law the Queen until her death in 2001 in Munich. Philip's closest and most enduring sibling relationship was with Sophie. She was the first of the family to marry, aged 16, lived until 2001 and was a frequent guest at Windsor and Buckingham Palace. She was godmother to Prince Edward,